But our chef baker tonight is absolutely fantastic. Local, you see. For me, that's really great. Local Yorkshire lass. It's Sandy Doherty. And she's going to be baking one of her recipes out of her book.
Yeah.
Here. This one?
Yeah.
Yay! And it's the Viennese shortbread, which you can do either in rounds or fingers or whatever you like. So we're going to use an oral format where shortly I'm going to pass over to Sandy and she can obviously introduce herself a bit, and we can talk a little bit about her time on the Bake Off, because, of course, breaking news today, apart from changes in our COVID situation, which aren't so good, but the good news is we've had the announcement that the Great British Bake Off 2020 is going to be screened starting from the 22nd of September. So that's like 2 weeks. Yeah. Are we all excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes. So without further ado, Sandy, I'm handing over to you.
Thank you, Karen, my Bake Off comrade. We are a comrade. You become a family with this Bake Off. Sometimes you never even get to meet some of the Bake Off contestants, but you kind of like just know where everybody's been. I mean, this year, who knows, because apparently they've been in a lockdown for 6 weeks and baking. So, you know, I don't know, that might be a good thing because they've not had to get up and go to work and come back and do your baking or anything.
I think it'd be really exciting. I'd have loved to have done
I wouldn't have minded that at all because I could have copied.
Yes, right, so carry on.
I've got this little book. I brought this little book out a few years ago, and it's quite a handy little thing. And and it goes well at the food shows and where you go and things like that. And it's just literally bits of things that I've tried and tested over the years. I'm on with another one at the moment, but that's going to be a little bit different. In this book, there's everything. That's why I'm sort of bringing it to you tonight, really, because it's kind of easy to follow. And there's a little place for notes and things like that. Now, Howard teases me terribly because I wanted this spiral bind so that when you opened it, you got your recipe and your picture. And you weren't going to get this blowing over with the wind.
Put something on it, yeah.
Sauce and your apple pie. Yeah, you know, that type of thing. So that's why it lays flat. So Howard always sort of says, yes, you wanted it with recipe picture, recipe picture, recipe picture. So there you go.
Quite right.
Anyway, back to the Viennese whirls. Now, yeah, the Viennese fingers, Viennese whirls, they're all very much of a muchness. It's how you pipe them. And I know piping's always a bit of a problem to people. And believe me, I am no cake decorator. I wish I was. I wish I could do figures and flowers and all that type of thing. But I can do a bit of piping, but I've had to sort of master that over the years. Now, this recipe is very much based on several white powders, and I've demonstrated these all over the country. And carrying boxes of white powder from Bradford.
You get into a bit of bother sometimes.
Has actually caused some issue. Oh yeah, it's corn flour. Yeah, right. So it's corn flour. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to get started because we need to move through. Now, everything I've done, I've tried before. So I'm talking about tried and tested. I have trialed making these with spreadable butter. And it works. So if you need that, you know, like, oh, I didn't take my butter out, because some things really do need your butter soft. Well, if you've got your spreadable stuff, it works.
It works, right?
It does. So,
okay.
We're going to put our 250 grams of soft butter into a bowl.
Into the bowl it goes. Man's in. Yep. Now, I haven't got my electric whisk because I've packed it.
Oh, well, don't worry.
Okay?
I've got a wooden spoon and a good wrist.
Yeah.
Once again, soft butter, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's really soft, man, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. And as
Is
I said,
everybody else okay with that? Everybody sorted out?
No, I'm all right with that. Any problems so far?
No, I think it's amazing how soft my butter is. It just shows how warm it actually is.
It is warm, isn't it? It is.
If my butter is too hard,
Yeah. Is it
Look
still
a bit
hard,
hard.
Marla?
yeah, should I put in microwave for a few seconds?
Yeah, on defrost. Put it on defrost, and then it doesn't. It don't go mad.
I will do.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not very good at baking, and this is going to be the first time that I squeezing things. So you have to teach me how to squeeze.
I'll teach you how to squeeze. I'm watching Dale's face here, and he's finding a lot of these innuendos. Very good. So yeah. If it's hard, soften it. And
choose your words carefully.
Yeah, and then we'll squeeze later on. All right, Dale.
Dan, yeah, okay. So
That sounds great to me.
Right. We'll just wait. We'll just give Marnie a minute to catch up.
while we're waiting for Marnie,
Karen and Chrissie are just supping.
Yeah, it's soft now. Yep, I make it soft now with the magic finger.
I just wanted to ask you, well, I know the answers because I've been checking up on you again, but so you were in which year in the Bake Off, Sandy?
2015, Series 6.
So that's 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
And you were still with BBC One and Mary?
Yes, we were. And then when I did the Christmas one in New Year's Day 2018, that was Channel 4. So I've kind of like been a bit of both, really.
Yeah, you've had a taste of both.
On that cusp. So I got a feel of both, you know. It was quite good to be with them both.
Absolutely. Yeah, 5 years though. Unbelievable.
Hello.
So, hello.
Hi, Jing.
Hi, Jing.
Hello, Jing. Jing, we've just got our butter into our bowl. You
got the butter in your bowl, have you, Jane?
Right. Carry on then, Sandy. Back to you, my love.
Okay, then over to your icing sugar. Just 4 tablespoons of icing sugar. I mean, yeah. You pop.
Just pop it in.
Good mixing.
Now I've seen some recipes that use like caster sugar or something, but obviously icing sugar is nice and soft, so it won't be grainy. Is that the reason?
It dissolves. It just sort of dissolves.
Goes in better. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if anybody's got vanilla, you can add your vanilla now, or lemon zest, or
orange zest.
Orange zest. Or this is for Christie. If you know, when you're trying the chocolate. A couple of teaspoons of espresso coffee powder.
Oh, I love coffee flavoured things.
Like a mocha.
Yeah.
And then you could just dip the ends in chocolate, you see.
So we're just beating that in together now because it's so soft. Yeah.
Yeah, very soft. And then add your corn flour, which makes that really silky. That silkiness and shortness that you get in the Viennese whirl. Plain flour.
And then the other flour as well.
Yeah, 150 grams of each. Your plain flour's got the stability and the gluten to keep it stable.
So now is the task of getting all that incorporated into the butter. Will you ever resort to using your hands?
Sometimes, yeah, but it is a bit. You'll find that it does just take with your wooden spoon. Now, here's your cheats thing. Here's your cheat thing. I've tried this, and as I say, we're doing them at the food shows, and to make a demonstration batch up of like here's I did earlier. Actually, if you put all the ingredients in together and give it a good beating with your wooden spoon or your hand mixer, it works. You don't have to do the creaming first.
Yeah.
All right. So sometimes I think people stop baking because it has too many stages, and they don't quite grasp each stage, or they don't want to do each stage.
They worry about things. People worry a lot, don't they? About
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, about creaming. What's that all about? What's that?
Yeah.
So if you really want to try it, put it all in. Use your mixer, and if the butter's soft enough, and if you leave your spreadable butter out, it's lovely to work with.
This has come together much more easily than because I'd normally have my mixer out, so you don't need it.
I got the mixer. Should I use it, please?
No, how's it going with your spoon, Marnie?
It's okay. Look a little bit grainy, not grainy, like dry.
Bit dry, but keep mixing. You'll find that it comes together like a smooth paste. So
yeah,
you've got like stiffer than.
You're right. It's happening. It is happening. Don't give up. Just carry on. Yeah, it's great.
No, just keep going. Stiffer than sponge mixture, not as stiff as pastry. All right, Dale. What's I said? The thing is, baking, unfortunately, just lends itself to innuendos.
I know. Do you know, Sandy, I was having a go with the trial one I did with the chocolate, and I was thinking, oh my God, it's so stiff. I'm not used to something so firm, and I was pushing and pushing. People are bound to say things like that tonight. It's just every week, isn't it?
You can't help it. You can't help it. I remember Radio Leeds coming to my house, and we had to discuss talking about making pastry. Well, we couldn't do it because I was saying, right, what you need to do is you need to get your fingers underneath, lift it and kind of tickle it through your fingers as it drops back down. Well, he couldn't stand it. It was just.
Was it that young lad, Woodcock? Yeah.
You're making it worse, Karen.
Pardon?
We're there.
You're making it worse, Woodcock.
Woodcock?
Oh, I don't know what are you guys talking about. I haven't understand.
Don't worry, Marnie. Don't worry. Don't worry.
It's pure filth, Marnie. Pure filth.
Just bringing the proceedings round to pre-watershed chat. I have to say, one of the things that I've found with making these biscuits from a different recipe in the past is, I think I mentioned it earlier, is that mine just was too soft. It was just too soft. And we did think about firming it up in the fridge, but I don't know. I think this might be all right as it is. Will it be okay?
Yeah, it probably will. It probably will. But if you felt as though you wanted a belt and braces job, you could do that. You could put it in the fridge.
Well, the other problem is if it's too stiff, you can't squeeze it out.
No, you can't. And then things start to split.
And then you've got abundance of trouble.
Right, mine is getting together now. Come together now.
Is it coming, Mark? Oh, is it coming together?
It's always
now,
a good thing when things come together.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really nice. Right then.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Right, what I'm going to do is, now you want to spoon this, big dollop of this, into your piping bag.
Do you ever use the tumbler method, or do you always do it by hand? No, when I'm doing anything like this, look like some people put it in a tumbler so that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tend to do that with meringue and stuff like that. You know, fold it over. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do some.
So will we put all of this into this bag today, or is it too much?
It just depends on the bag. Depends on the size of the bag whether you can get it all in.
You don't want it more than about half full, do you?
You could split the mixture into two halves. It's quite a good mixture, and as Chrissie, you could you think about this, you could do 1/2 with your chocolate and 1/2 with your coffee. You know what I mean? So you could, whatever, you could colour, you could put some food colouring in 1/2.
So Sandy, you know, when I made the chocolate ones and they were too short, really, they were too powdery. Yeah. Should I have added less corn flour or rather than substituting flour?
I would have said use less cocoa.
Okay.
Just use a bit less
the cocoa. Yeah, the cocoa can change the whole dimension of chocolate.
The thing is with flour, strange thing, but flour's dependent on atmospheric, the day, the batch. You know, hence the reason why sometimes it's 2 hours, sometimes it's nearly 4, depending on whatever you're baking. Depends on the atmosphere you're in, the size of the egg, and not that we've got egg in this, but do you know what I mean? An ounce more butter. An ounce more butter.
It can vary such a lot, can't it?
It can vary such a lot, and just a bit more butter than you need, and then you need more flour and that type of thing. So,
I've got my baking tray ready with some grease proof. Is that what we're doing?
Yes. So, baking trays. We've got a few here. So now then, this is where it does get a little bit innuendo, but never mind.
Are we watching you? Are we watching you initially then, Sandy? And then proceeding?
So I've got this nozzle on here, which is like a fluted nozzle. I've got 2 nozzles here to show you, but this one will make a swirl. So can you see my baking tray?
Yeah. That's better.
Right. So you squeeze on, pressure's fairly firm, round, and then into the middle and cover it over. So you kind of go in. Here we go again. In a circle. Bring it round, bring it over the top and right round into the middle.
Okay.
And if you pressure on your top hand, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm left-handed, so I can confuse everybody by doing stuff left-handed. Your pressure of how much is going through is on your top hand here. This hand just guides, or this hand just guides.
Okay. And would you recommend the other nozzle for the fingers?
And the other nozzle. So this pointed nozzle like
That's
this.
That's the one I've got, yeah. Would that not work? Would that not work for the rosettes?
That one will give you your finger.
How long would you go for generally for a finger?
About
6 inches is too much on this occasion, isn't it? 6 inches is too long.
6 inches. It hasn't got stability. About maybe Karen. 4 or 5.
4 or 5 inches. Right, I'm going in for mine. Okay.
I think I have a little bit of issue here. I'm sorry. I haven't got any nozzle.
Okay, don't worry, you've no nozzle. All right then.
Sorry.
So Marnie, if without a nozzle, if you just take the bag sort of vertically over the spot on your tray, squeeze it down, and just gently push into it. It won't have any flutes on it, but you'll just get a circle pushed into. Can you see that one?
Yep, I saw that. Yep. I will try to just drop it and push it down gently.
Yeah. And then that one, the one that you've done for the finger, Karen.
Yeah.
It'll make a swirl, but it'll make a sort of ridged swirl.
Oh, I'm going to have a go with that. Ever tried, and I'm not just buttering you up, honestly.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you.
Because it's holding it. I can see it's holding its format. You know.
Yeah.
Great. I'm going to go. I'm putting the rest of mine in now, seeing as it looks like it's going to be successful.
Try to swirl with that nozzle, Karen, and then you'll.
Yes, I really. I love piping, me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I find it very very, very satisfying, and yeah, and things look so pretty with minimal effort, really.
Is there any hand suggestion, like the right hand on the top and left hand at the bottom?
Yeah, okay. Here's my other nozzle. Okay, so are you left-handed, Marnie? All right.
I'm right-handed.
All right. So with your right hand on the top, with the top of the piping bag between sitting in the cradle of your thumb and your forefinger.
Yep.
Yeah. Then bring your hand round the top of the bag like that.
Yep.
That's your squeezing pressure part.
Okay.
Your other hand sits a bit lower down the bag and that guides.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm going to put this big one back in here because I think that's too clumsy. My
thank
first
you.
attempt.
So squeeze
Yeah,
the
that
top
makes sense,
and
Marnie.
yeah, I should do it. My face.
You all right there? It's...
Yeah. My throat's spinning way too much.
How are you doing, Marnie?
I'm doing okay, but I keep laughing.
Leave cloth under it, Marnie.
Just remember, as you're watching them, you kind of like need to make sure you've got two the same. You know.
Has everybody got their ovens on, by the way?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Have you all got your oven on? Yeah.
None of mine are the same. They're all individuals.
Lovely. Well, maybe you won't sandwich yours together then.
Oh, heck.
I wonder if we can see how Bobby's doing.
Bobby? Oh, hello, Bobby.
She's
Can you
muted.
show us your bakes, please?
I can't see, Bobby.
Ooh.
So, have you used the piping bag for those ones?
Well, you're muted, Bobby.
You're muted. You have to unmute.
Okay. It's not.
Yeah.
Sorry, I haven't got any piping bags or fittings or anything, so I've used 2 spoons.
Spoons, and you've used a fork to get the pattern. I can see that. Well, that's very, very good. That's
Very
called using your
ingenious.
noddle.
That's very good. I wish I could see it. Why can't I see you? Why can't I see Bobby?
Oh, hang on.
I've got Marnie. Yeah, I can see Marnie.
What if you press speaker
you see
view,
them?
Karen?
You want love?
Oh, sorry, Sandy. If you press speaker view,
Have a what?
you might need to press speaker view, Sandy.
Speaker view. Oh, I've got, hang on, mute. Stop video, share, participants, more. Shall I? Oh, hang on. Got Bobby there. I've got you, Mick, there. Oh.
Now, are we expecting a spread with these, Sandy?
Like a buffet.
I love a buffet. No, I've just noticed I've put another tray in, and my other ones are starting to spread a bit. And I thought,
They
ooh,
will
my
spread.
chocolate
They're
ones
not,
can
they're
do
not
that.
going to. Yeah. Yeah, they will
Yeah,
spread a
they
bit.
will spread a bit.
Are we going in then? Are we
Yeah,
going
in
in
the, get them in the oven, and then while they're cooking, I'll just show you, because I don't know if anybody's got the stuff for this buttercream. But I just wanted to
just watch you.
run it past you because it's easy peasy.
Yes, please. When you were on Bake Off, did the camera crew get you to shout going in when you were going in your oven?
Yeah, I'm desperate to get something in the oven, and I kept saying, can you just wait? Can you just wait? Can you just wait? No, I can't just wait. No. You know, just wait, please. We need to watch you. We need to watch you.
So I'm going in.
Going in. Going in. That's it, going in.
I've got it.
How long are we thinking for the bake, roughly?
We're thinking about 10, 12 minutes, so you can't really go hang your washing now or do something or knit, you know, you really
can't take your eye off it particularly.
You kind of want a pale colour. You don't even really want them to get too brown, because then that gets that funny. Because anything shortcake like this, the moment it's slightly over brown, doesn't have a nice taste, does it?
No, the meant to
Is that
Right.
syrup piping there? The piping looks really good.
Who's that? Who's good
I
piping?
think that is straw. That is straw
yeah.
with her daughter. Yeah.
Good.
Hi, straw.
Hi.
Thank you for coming in.
Oh, it's fast. Yes. Look at all those biscuits. Oh,
Now
wow.
then,
Yeah, that looks good.
you've got a few options. You can leave them as just leave them as just biscuits and dip one end in the chocolate. Dip them half in chocolate that way. Dip the base in chocolate and sandwich them together with chocolate. You can jam and buttercream them. You can just leave them plain, dust them with ice and sugar. The choice is yours. But I'm going to show you now just a really good store cupboard buttercream. Because you know, sometimes when you're making a glut of buttercream, you tend to think, I don't think I have enough ice and sugar.
Oh, what are you using? That condensed milk?
Yeah. So here we go. I once went to do some cooking with a travelling community, and there was this feud between families at a travellers' camp in Knaresborough, and the matriarch woman turned up for this cooking session, and I was doing this thing with condensed milk, and I said, right, if you'd just like to take, right politely, and they all grabbed all this stuff. And I said, just a minute. And I sort of put my arms around everything. And I said, and this matriarchal woman, she says, I don't know, I'll come in there and I'll get that condensation milk if I want it. So forevermore, is it called condensation milk?
I love the accent.
Did you see that?
Sorry.
Good story.
So
right.
you're using, so you put some butter in and now Trex.
A block of butter, 250 grams of butter. If you choose not to put this on the buns, you could just actually put it down your thigh, because that's where it's going to end up.
Is this low calorie?
Oh, of course it is. About 100 grams of white fat, Trex, something like that. Okay. Now, we might what we do then is we whisk this. This is where a stand whisk is good, because you need to kind of like really give this a really good beating. I should have done it a little bit before. I think we'll be a bit on time if you're all right. So butter, when it's beaten, it gets really, really light and fluffy.
Are you going to put some icing sugar into this, or is it just going to be the...
No, you don't use icing sugar.
Wow! A revelation! That is amazing! I hate icing sugar with a vengeance.
Oh, wow!
Yeah.
Because it's everywhere, isn't it? It goes... Everything's covered. Hate it!
The magic dust.
This is like, you don't understand, you people that do proper cooking, but baking. It's very exciting to me to learn this tip.
Yeah, true. There is some satisfaction when you see that everything is rising and cooking in the oven.
Getting it lighter and lighter
I
and
have a
lighter.
really taste. It's really good. I did test your mixture though. It's really nice before baking. It's very buttery.
Avon's calling.
Boring this bit. I should have done this bit.
No, it's all right. Tell me something. It was Nadia that won in your year, wasn't it? And I didn't realise up until I looked today She must be the most successful bake-off baker.
I think so. I love Nadia, and we keep in touch and things like that. But she was, I think Nadia, and I'm not decrying this from Nadia, but at the time, given the world as it was and baking as it was and everything, and the BBC as they are, she was such a gift at the time to, to tick so many PC boxes, so she brought the worlds together of, so.
And that speech, that spontaneous speech that she gave at the final when she got her flowers and her prize, and she was just passion. Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. That.
Say that again, Karen.
She was so passionate when her acceptance speech, if you like, which obviously she hadn't rehearsed. It came directly from her heart.
Yeah. I think Nadia would have done well had she not won.
Yes.
She was going to do well.
You don't have to win the bake-off. The big thing about the bake-off is actually getting in the tent. So everybody's a winner. I think everybody's a winner because it's like a unique club, isn't it? Whether you go out week one or you win it.
It's quite something to get in the tent, I should think.
Oh God, yeah, that's a big story in itself. Yeah. We need a whole episode. But yes, it is. And like you don't have to win it to. Depends what you want to make of it, really, and where you want to take the journey yourself, I think, as well afterwards. So, hi.
So, as you can see, that's butter, nothing else but butter. So it does whip till it's nearly like thick double cream. So,
you're still piping over there.
Yes, you're still piping. Wondering how Ching is.
Take your tin of cold, has to be cold, condensation milk.
So it's got to be out of the fridge, the condensation milk.
So just soft butter, cold milk, and then kind of pour it in as you're still whisking.
Is this a pipeable consistency? Could you pipe a cupcake with it?
Yeah.
Very interesting. It'll give you a completely different taste as well. I think it's great. Look at those out of the oven.
Well, look at those. There's, honest to goodness, talk about. I was looking at Sharon and I was thinking, look at all of those she's piping. I've piped about. What have I gone here for 6, 8, 10 on this tray, and I've got some in the oven, and I'm thinking, I probably should have done them a bit smaller.
There's no right and wrong. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. I've got only 10 biscuits out of mine. Yeah, but I like a big one.
Well, you'll like mine then, Karen.
I tell you what, there's you don't have to make them so big, but sometimes it's the thickness that helps with
never mind the length, remember the width.
No,
absolutely.
It's the girth.
That's it, that's the word.
Right.
Yes.
Girth.
Good word.
Right, so
it's like a hen party, this.
I think we have another idea to manage.
So there's your buttercream.
That is absolutely tremendous.
Now you've got this is plain, so you can go to town. You can go for vanilla. Actually, a drop of vanilla is always good, especially if you've got any left.
Do you ever make it any other way? Do you ever go back to the traditional way, or do you always do this?
Oh yeah, I do. I go back to the traditional way. It just depends. So this is vanilla. You can put lemon, coffee, chocolate, strawberry, caramel. You could mix a really lovely, good quality jam into that, or a lemon curd.
Yeah.
Lovely mix through that.
Oh, my boss makes good lemon curd. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah. Now this is, for those that do ice, this is good and quite stable underneath fondant if you're doing a celebration cake.
Great.
Oh.
So it would obviously need chilling to sort of firm the butter up and everything, but
Yeah, and then you'll have to just chill it a bit to keep it firm, you know.
no,
Which is what we
very
do.
good. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is just put some of this buttercream into another little piping bag. You've got quite a good batch of buttercream here, so you can put it in a Tupperware and put it in the fridge and it'll keep.
I guess it would freeze as well, would it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is everybody looking in their ovens? Don't get so distracted with this that you forget that you've got your biscuits.
Oh, mine are done.
I can't believe mine are so fabulous. Thank you so much, Sandy. Because I've never done it before. I know I've been on Bake Off, but I've always had disasters. Viennese things.
Mine is look lovely.
Are yours all right? Is everybody's all right?
Lovely. See what you've done now. Hey.
Yes.
Oh, mine
Hey.
My first shortbread ever.
Yay! Yay! I taught you that, Marnie. I taught you that.
Jing, Ying, how are you doing?
I think things still squeezing.
No, this is the second tray.
Second tray full.
Yeah. I think I got like one right.
Oh, that looks good.
Nothing is ever goes wrong. You just become something else. You just decide that's where you've done it.
That is one of the key things I think that you've got to go on like on Bake Off, anything like that. You've got to be able to quickly think outside the box, and it was always meant to be that, wasn't it?
You know, and a sponge cake, you just got. I tell you, gone wrong sponge. You've just got trifle, haven't you? I
saw a clip of you with Paul Hollywood today. I was looking at it, and it was right at the beginning, and you looked like you were putting some chunks of something into a loaf tin, and he said something like, "Are you concerned that those chunks will sink?" And what was your answer? You said something clever like, "If it's at the bottom, it was because it was meant to be at the bottom, Paul." Something like that. I thought you were really good with him.
That's it. Yeah. What's your problem? Yeah.
Yeah. Because you've got to keep him in his place, haven't you, a bit, him?
Oh yeah, it takes a bit. It'll take a bit of crack if you tease him a little bit, you know.
Should they be soft in the middle? Sandy?
No, not soft, not squidgy soft. They'll be soft. Have you got them? Have you got like that? Can you see that one?
Seem a bit softer and going brown.
Just get the edges, just turning.
They look more like cookies.
More like what?
They look more like cookies.
Oh, never mind. Don't worry. So there, you just want the tops where you've piped. That top is just turning a little bit brown.
Yeah, right.
And then you leave them on the tray for a minute, just to sort of stabilise, and then lift them onto your wire rack.
Onto your cooling rack, eh?
Yeah. And in true Valerie Singleton Blue Peter fashion.
Have you got somebody made her earlier by any chance?
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Oh, that looks lovely.
They're perfect.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So you're going to put that cream in the middle then?
Yeah, what I'm going to do here is I've just put a little bit of jam, favourite jam. This is blackcurrant. I think something a bit sharper because they are so sweet. A lemon curd, a lime curd, a bit of jam, a bit of marmalade even, something like that. It'd be lovely. And on one of them, when you head them up, just put a squeeze.
You just snipped the end off, yeah?
Actually, it's actually a bit of blackcurrant sticking in the end, so never mind. But you could just use a teaspoon. I mean, it's all a bit showy, is this, isn't it? You know, to do it like that. So squeeze a little bit of jam into the centre.
Can you bring one closer to yourself, because we can't quite see that. Oh, that's it. Yeah. So you've put a little dot.
Can you see them?
Yeah. Lovely that. Yeah.
And then on this other side, I'm going to squeeze some buttercream.
Oh, it's lovely and soft and smooth. Oh, wow.
This is very interesting, because I always thought that buttercream is the butter with icing sugar, but obviously, like you said,
it's a lot cleaner to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Together.
Wow, they look good.
And just squeeze.
Good.
All I'll say is when you're storing them in the cake tin, lay them sort of flat on one row, because with them being so tender, they look a bit rough when all these lovely edges that you've created start to knock off a little bit. So I don't think they'll probably get stored for long, put it that way, but you know.
Do you ever dust them with icing sugar afterwards on the top?
Dust them with icing sugar, perfect.
Mm-hmm. They are so, that's just shows you how good you are, though, because those biscuits are all identical.
Oh, bless you, Karen. Thank you very much.
They are identical. And that is such a difficult thing to get perfect.
So, but you see, you can get it. It's not.
It isn't. But it's,
But like I say, go back right to the beginning, get all your ingredients. If you're in doubt about all this creaming business and all that lot, it all goes in together, and just give it a good beat. If it's nice and soft, a wooden spoon will do it. If you need to use your hand mixer, that'll do it. And just give it a good mix together. For the sake of, somebody's coming for tea, let's have something with a cup of tea. And you come up with things.
Obviously they've taken a bit longer because we're all chatting, but you could have these made and on the table in half an hour, couldn't you?
Yes, you could, Karen. Yes, you could. Exactly. Yes, you could. And I think sometimes with baking, that's the magic. That's the magic is to find bakes that don't hold you back, that fit in with your lifestyle, and that don't cause you
stress.
A stress, but have a maximum impact. I'm all about minimum input and maximum output.
Quite right. Smoke and mirrors. Make it look $1 million, even when it's really easy to do.
Yeah, it's a bit like me,
Sandy,
really.
could you freeze the mixture or anything, or could you? How long will these take once they're baked? How long will they keep?
They'll probably keep longer unfilled than they will filled. Yeah. Because your buttercream's going to start to soften your biscuit.
Do you do that last minute, really?
You could have all the components ready. Your buttercream will be can be over a week in the fridge, don't matter.
Don't look at mine. I know, dessert. Mine look like a dog's dinner.
I bet they do. Do you know what, Chrissy? I think as well, your biscuits may freeze because they are made with butter, and you've got full fat butter in. Things that have got fat in always freeze better than low fat, because it's the fat that freezes well.
I didn't know that. That's something else. Yeah.
So you can freeze. So for example, you can freeze double cream more than you can freeze single cream.
For some funny reason, I found this session very relaxing.
Oh, they were good.
Yeah, baking actually relaxed me. It's not like stir fried, that you have to get everything to go together and boom. But baking is just like, we do this, we're talking, we're decorating, we're concentrating. This is really nice.
Just
I feel like
why not? Why not? So that's it. This same batch I made last night, and it's only the same mixture, and I seem to be getting a good few biscuits out of it, good few pairs as well. It's as well what you, like I say, on the picture in the book, you could just spread a bit of chocolate. Chrissy, this is another one for you. This will keep a bit of chocolate on the bottom of that one and sandwich it together.
Well, I've got my chocolate ready, Sandy, because I saw you. I read your recipe. I'm just waiting for my biscuits to cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Because it's the
They don't
temptation
even-
is to either ice them or put chocolate on them when they're still warm. And of course, you know, it's.
Or you could, what's quite nice is just with your plain biscuit, if you wanted to keep them single, is dip them halfway in chocolate.
Dunk it.
That would be nice. That would be nice with a coffee one, to just dip it in, like, and as Chrissie says, you get that mocha just dipped in a lovely plain chocolate.
Yeah.
And then
you
how
could put a couple of coffee beans on the stick of the coffee bean. Mm.
Or you could just dip them in chocolate and then chocolate in a bit of hazelnut.
Look at that. I am so, I know I've said it, but can you see my things? Can we see? Can you see?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean the lighting. My green lighting is a bit weird, but they've held the form because in the past they've gone flat as like 2 millimeters and just no good. And these are absolutely great. And they would be even greater if I would take more care with my piping, but I was actually not concentrating. So they're a little bit wobbly, but hey.
No,
I can't wait to dunk them in the chocolate.
I've just come up with a thought that if anybody didn't really like piping or you wanted to, you know, the mixture may press into a Madeleine tin.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Wouldn't it? You're going to have quite a dense part, so they will take. I'd turn your oven down and leave them a bit longer. But that if you really were not for. But then again, like who is it? Bobby's done them with a spoon, and I think that's a good idea. That's ingenious.
Mine is just going better now.
Good.
It's turn your lights on, Bobby. Can't see you.
It's an added challenge, Dale, to bake in the dark.
Ah, there we go.
There she is.
Oh, there you go. That's them.
Great.
Oh,
Fork
it is.
biscuits.
You've got the buttercream.
Fork. They look nice.
Yeah.
How are our bakers? How's Ying and yes.
The ones
Wow, look at you. Loads and loads and loads of them. Are you pleased with that?
Yes, very much.
It's not done yet, is it? Like this?
Look at that.
Wow.
Is that
Yeah, lovely. You've just got them in the right. You've just got the golden, you know.
Yeah, just hold them golden
finish.
edge, just the touch
Golden
on the
edge.
edge. Yeah.
That's done, yeah. Oh, thank you.
I think the problem with Chrissie, when I'm just thinking about you doing the chocolate ones, they may be slightly underbaked because you can't tell that they're just turning when they're chocolate.
Yeah, I think you might be right, actually. Yeah.
So has everybody got something out of the oven now?
To a fashion.
Yeah. So how are we going to decorate them in our own time and take photographs? Because obviously we need to let them cool.
Yeah, it's a good idea, Karen.
Before we can get them in their sort of full glory on a photograph.
So everybody,
what does everybody think about that?
send in your photos on the WhatsApp group.
Let me think about how to decorate them.
If you dip the ending, you could dip the end in even some chocolate sprinkles, or put a little bit, dip a few hazelnuts on the ends of them.
I have some toasted flaked almonds left over from a strawberry tart that I did the other day.
Right.
So I'm just going to sprinkle those onto the end of mine.
Lovely.
So gorgeous those do. But yeah, any bits of, you can make them gaudy, you know. You can put some
Bling them up. Bling them down.
So,
I'm thinking
So
of
are we-
coconut.
are we all delighted then with our results?
Well done. Chrissie, what, Marnie?
Yeah. I've eaten half of mine.
Bobby?
Yes, they taste
You
great.
happy?
Yes, we're very happy. We've already eaten one.
Right.
So,
So,
got to decide to fill them.
Right.
so are we going to? Are we? Is it a wrap?
Well,
ladies
actually,
and
Karen,
gentlemen?
I'm just wondering,
Yeah.
while we've got Jing and Shro on here, if they could tell us about the dishes we're doing on Saturday and
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yes, Saturday first. So, Jing, a quick,
Yes,
quick
Saturday.
recap.
Yeah, it's a lamb root. It's actually like traditional Thai food, northern Thai food actually. So it's a fried meatball with Thai herbs, which is like lime leaf, kaffir lime leaves. And normally we put some coriander as well, but then over here it's quite hard to find. So I just swap it with coriander, like just a normal coriander, not the Thai coriander one. Do you know which
You
one
mean,
it is?
is it dried coriander or fresh?
It's a fresh one. Yeah.
Fresh coriander.
Yeah, fresh coriander. Yeah, but normally in Thailand we use the Thai ones. You know, I'm not sure what it's actually
Can't
called.
get that in Aldi.
Yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah, yeah, and then toasted rice is quite important as well.
Yeah, the toasted rice. Now that was me with that problem. Because we're going away in our caravan, so I'm hosting from our caravan for you on Saturday. So I won't have a full kit. So I thought I'll get ready, and I toasted the rice in the frying pan, which that was lovely, and I could smell how nutty it was. It was golden. But my little grinder just wouldn't make any impact. It was whizzing around, but it wasn't catching the grains, and they just went, well, they were just the same. So I got a bit frustrated with that. But you did suggest that I could do it again, and we could just bash it.
Yeah, just bash them with anything, you know, just bottles or anything. Bash them in a Ziploc bag,
And they don't need to. It doesn't need to be a fine powder. Then it can still have some.
It's like a coarse powder. It doesn't have to be like super fine because you're gonna make minced pork anyway, and then you're gonna make the meatball. So
Does that bind it together then? That's important.
Just
excuse me. You can see the bits and blobs in there anyway, so it's fine because we're gonna have all the shallots and all that in there, so it's fine. It doesn't have to be too fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna sign off now because my sister's come to get some of my Viennese whirls to give.
Well, can I very kindly then just say on behalf of the Great British Food Festival, seeing as I'm hosting this evening, to Sandy, thank you so much for taking us through this class. I've learned a load from it, and we've all got successful biscuits.
Yes, good.
And so please, join us again.
I will do.
And show us another few tricks.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
everyone.
much, Sandy.
Good night, everybody. Good
Bye.
Bye,
night.
guys.
Bye.
Bye, Sandy.
Bye.
And we'll
Wrap that up pretty quick. Do you want us to go?